Tonight, as you can tell, it is a Thursday night, and that means we have up to 5 tiers races tonight. But this is the ILR7 stream, and for people who don't know me by now, I am ILRT Little F1, bringing you all the action once again. This time we are at the Canadian Grand Prix. I'm just going to edit the title whilst we're here, but everyone's in, so it should be a good to go start, which is very, very nice, what you love to see. Nice and early. I think I'm going to tell everyone to go now in the chat. Everyone's here, so that means we can go and get ready for some ILR action a lot quicker than usual, which you, as I said, you do love to see. Montreal is a very nice track to drive at in real life, can produce a very exciting Grand Prix as we have seen in many years, such as 2014 and famously the 2011 Canadian Grand Prix. Few issues around here could be brakes, overheating the brakes, following cars for too long. That can result in you overheating your car and unfortunately suffering with issues. I don't think we'll see it here as this isn't real life, but you never know. We just don't know with this game. Anything is a possibility. Just going to send the stream link out into the chat now. But yeah, I'm actually quite happy with everyone here. Managed to get the stream going really well, so, or get it going really well. So just sending the link out now. There we go, stream link. You might have heard me typing it away there. But let's get a bit of Canadian GP facts up. I'm just going to do that while we wait for quality to load in. Alright. So, the Canadian Grand Prix, it moved to Montreal in 1978, I believe. And the circuit length is 4.361 kilometers, or if you prefer miles, 2.709. The race length is 305 kilometers, or once again in miles, 189.694 miles, and there is 70 laps ahead in real life, but ILR and most leagues do 50%, so half of 70 will be 35. I'm looking forward to this. Hopefully it is a good race. Hopefully there's no accidents either, which I don't want to see, because accidents can ruin the start of a race, and Hennes has already lagged out, but he's got plenty of invites, so he should be alright. So he should be able to get in. I believe Hennes, let's check what car he's in. I want to check he's in the right car. So he is the only reserve racing tonight. Yep, he's in the Alfa Romeo, taking a KK spot for tonight, so he can't make it. Well, any drivers come out on track, you just don't know. There you are, everything's on formation lap on. Perfect. Looks quite overcast to say the least in quali. We got a few cars come out of the pits finally after about a minute of waiting, and the first one is a Renault, I believe, of, it's not Bill, so it's going to be his teammate MK Bourne. Last week's race, but it's raining in qualifying, guys. It is raining in the Canadian Grand Prix qualifying, and cars are coming out on drives already. It was actually his teammate Bill who came out first? Don't know who it was, but I think Colours of God is going to be no, it's his teammate. Ruud Gulled's going to be the first one to fly around. It's raining already. If any of these drivers can get a time in on these tyres, and it's relatively fast with a clean lap, you're in with a good shout of getting pole position. Could we see a very mixed qualifying here? Could we see it go from dries to inters? We can see drivers qualifying on the dry tyres, or maybe qualifying onto intermediates. We just don't know. I'd say maybe it gets too wet intermediates, but now you have to go with the dries and just hope you have enough grip for the lap. But it looks like it's getting quite wet already, so there may not be enough grip. Oh, that might not be enough time to see a Ferrari hit the back of a racing point. I believe that I've got the stream on, so in case I do miss anything, yeah, Ferrari did hit the back of a racing point, but Ruud Gulled's going to be the first person to start a lap. Let's see. Amanda Toros has had a wretched season, to say the least, been involved in a lot of accidents, so I'll be looking to put that past him for today's race as he comes down into turn 1 now. braking from 8th gear all the way down to 4th gear and now into 2nd gear for turn 2. Put on the throttle, up through the gears, and now into turn 3 and 4. Tight chicane, very easy to get invalid on your lap. And he looks like he's kept it well from the track limits there. Very easy to hit the wall. We saw Sebastian Vettel go wide, then come back on the track and got a very controversial penalty after what was deemed an illegal block by the stewards on Lewis Hamilton. Let's watch Ruud Gullit as he is coming down the second DRS straight. I'd say, no, I think this is the first DRS. Yeah, this is the first DRS straight. You got yellows in sector 2. I wonder if that's for someone spinning the car due to low traction. Wait to see, expect the soft times maybe be a bit quicker. Ruud Gullit 42.4 in the middle sector as he comes into the hairpin. Now he's got a Haas and the Toro Rosso colours. The God's going to get a nice little slipstream here, but we'll stick with Ruud. We've been on board with him the whole quality lap. Might as well stay on board and not go off when it's about to end. Ruud Gullit now into the wall of champions. Will it claim his first victim? Oh, he hits it with his rear wheel, but luckily gets away with no damage. So Ruud Gullit, oh, there's a Haas in the background going off. Ruud Gullit 112.8, Colours of God 112.2, Ryan Berry 112.6, Philip Hodgson 14.6, MK Bourne out the final corner. We got LK Cow on the hards, interestingly. MK Bourne invalid, DRS is disabled, so that this means it is getting to that point where tyres are not going to be at their best. Speed Senna's in the pit lane, the championship leader, so I'm going to have to go to his teammate. I think it's going to be a little hard working this due to the fact my D-pad is broken. Anyway, here comes Dan's car. I think it's going to be slower due to the track being too wet, and it is a 15.7 and it weren't even valid. Apex Whiteout said it's a 16.1. The times are just tumbling. We've got Robo Jeep out of all the champions facing the wrong way. The yellow flags could ruin someone's happening. He rips his wheel off by trying to flick spin it. Robo Jeep trying to flick spin it and loses his wheel, unfortunately for him. Is there any spaces available to sign up for this season as a reserve? Alright, hold up, let me get on my account and I will help here. See, who else could I go to? Wace is struggling hard, so I don't think he's going to be in there. Look at that, car's understeering off. Y Racer, who is on an in lap I believe, goes miles off. Got McLaren off as well. It's too wet for these intermediates. It's too wet. Oh, it's too wet for the dries. We need intermediates now. Hennes has just rejoined when it's wet, which is a disaster for him. Could we see a wet race? Senna, he's going to tiptoe around the track. That's way too wet for these tyres. He's just going to aquaplane off. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Senna in the barriers as the championship leader. Let me just double check that's the correct let's see Senna now coming through the first sector. Seems to be keeping it on the road nicely, but it's just too slow. That's the problem. Not enough grip for him, which really does not help. Just responding to help someone try sign up for league. So there you go. I just responded to you. So that's how you sign up. Let's see Senna tiptoeing down the track. He don't even have DRS because it's too wet. And he's not even going to make the corner, Senna, and that's going to be his lap. Invalidated, unfortunately, for him. Anyway, let's see what Senna will do. I imagine he will come into the pits because this lap is going to be nowhere near on the pace. Let's see Senna. We'll see. Yeah, he pits wisely. Who else is possibly on one? Bill, Stellion. I think Bill's the furthest around, so we shall watch Bill, the man on the intermediate tyres. I think the maximum some people are going to be getting now is 10th. It's 10th really. It's unfortunate for him, but it is what it is. Currently got Toro Rosso on pole, Racing Point second, and then Toro Rosso third place. So Toro Rosso doing a good job in qualifying so far, first and third. Hold on, I'm just checking if I can send someone an invite. I can't. CMK board now coming out of it. Look how dramatically this track has got wet in like the last 10 minutes, 10 to 5-10 minutes roughly. Bill might be struggling to find grip, and don't get me wrong, if we keep going like this we could see wet tyres. Let's see as he comes into the hairpin now. Bill, he's on a lap. I don't think he's pushing hard, so I don't think it's going to be I think he'll go again, in my opinion. He's not used enough as, unless it's a bit of a graphical glitch we have. I don't know. Gotta wait and see, unfortunately. Anyway, Bill into the wall of champions. It's not going to be anywhere near 9th, so maximum he'll get at the moment is P10. But no, it's an invalid lap, so let's go to his teammate MK Bourne, last week's race winner. Alex sets a 1:20.9, Stallion 20.5, so they're not far off the pace, which is not too bad. And let's see MK Bourne come down the penultimate straight now in the Renault, using a lot more reserves compared to his teammate Bill. MK Bourne through the wall of champions now. He's got to try and not get invalid, just up against the barriers. How is MK Bourne going to do? Shortest run to the line. It's P10 19.8. Good effort from him. No, fitted, that's what I need. Alright, cool. Senna is on one. Bill, Henners is on one, but look at the traffic he's got ahead of him. He's had to back off completely, Henners. Dan's car got a lap in back, so let's go to the championship leader. Speed Senna ends sector 1 now, 22.7. I think his main target to be beaten will be MK Bourne. Let me get the best up instead of that, because he's showing people on intermediates in the top like 9 when they all set the times on dries. LK Kyle's going to be a very interesting one to watch here on those hard compounds. How is he going to fare off against people on those softer compounds? You just don't know, as Senna comes down into the hairpin now for what is the start of the final sector. Senna looks decent through there, and now down the penultimate straight. Got the British flags waving, got American flags, got a Brazilian flag there all in the background with a Spanish flag in sight as well, showing how many fans come across the world to watch such brilliant racing. Committed fans. Anyway, Senna comes into the Wall of Champions now. I think it's not going to be P9, but what will it be? Can he be ahead of MK Bourne? Yes, he can by 8:10. Oh my god, that's a great effort from Senna to set that time. Let's watch Wace. Wace getting a toe from Apex Whiteout. Could have been maybe a little illegal block there, we don't know. Well, let's see. Wace out of the final corner on the run to the line. He gets it invalid again, does Wace. It's really not helping him. Nicky and the Williams. Nicky's been quite strong this season. I expect Nicky to make his way through the pack, even if he has to be. He's in nuns. I'm not sure if he's actually on a flying lap. Gotta wait and see. Out of the hairpin he comes now, Nicky. In that Williams, in nuns. I don't think he's actually on one. Dan's car ain't on one. His team, Nicky's teammate Panos is 9 seconds down, so he ain't on one. Henners is on one, and he's up currently through the first sector. So let's see what Henners can do. We currently got 6 minutes to go in quality. We got cars currently going around, and Henners just misses the chicane completely, and that is his lap over. Nicky's going to be starting one, so let's let Nicky take us on board for a lap of Canada. As he comes through the first chicane, that might have been a little cut there, but if it wasn't, it was certainly perfect from Nicky. We got yellow flags in sector 1. I wonder if that's for the car going slow, or if that's for an accident. Nicky currently starting P19. He's trying to make his way up, possibly near Senna, there, just ahead of MK Bourne. Just don't know. As he comes through the middle sector chicane. So easy to get invalid. It's such a tight corner this year. It's so easy to just dip couple all your wheels across that inside apex. Nicky 48, one middle sector as he approaches the hairpin, comes out of the hairpin now. We've got Williams' teammate of Panos behind, but let's see what Nicky can do. Nicky's going to be trying to get up to possibly P10 as MK Bourne knows retires, so maybe it's getting too wet for the intermediates now. There's no point being out on track. Nicky coming into the World Champions. I want to take it on board for you this time, and it looks quite slow, but it looks neat from Nicky. Nicky out the final corner on the run to the line. It's a 19.3 and goes to 11th fast. So that's a respectable effort from Nicky. What I would have predicted. Panos goes up behind MK Boy into 13th place. I say top two on the Inters are good. Then we have MK Boy like a world of his own. Panos, Stellion, Bill and Henners and Alex, I say, all that then, they're all in a little group with each other. Let's watch Dan's car is going slow. Where's Dan's car? Into the pits now, so Dan's car is having a mare of a qualifying down in 20th place. It looks like he just can't stop getting invalid, unfortunately for him. What about Speed Y Racer? Y Racer is on a lap, setting a 20.9 I believe last lap, so that wouldn't be too good for him, but let's see. As Bill, sorry not Bill, as Y Racer comes through the chicane. Nicky getting well out of the way there. Good driving from Nicky to be aware of the fellow drivers around him. Let's see what Y Racer can do now. Y Racer is currently 5.7 down his best, so let me just do the maths there. That's a 19.6, so currently he's already slower than MK Bourne, Nicky and Speed Senna on those intermediates. So he's got a nice little toe from the Red Bull there. That Red Bull must be Risky Racer, as there are no other Red Bulls out on track due to the other one crashing, but Risky Racer stays ahead of him. That could have put Y Racer off a little. Y Racer does in fact come into the pit lane. It's looking like it's getting too wet for those Inters now. Will we see anyone try the wets? I want to see what Waste can do. We got a Renault going off there, so I wonder if that Renault, well, it was Bill on an out lap going off. Maybe is it too wet for the Inters? Are they going to start aquaplaning off? Might be a little instruction to get those wets on, because it's just too wet for these tyres. How drastically the weather has changed over the course of qualifying is fantastic. I don't think I've seen weather change this quick before in qualifying. Senna retires, so he's confident he'll be starting in the top 10 without a car, or without having to start on used tyres. That's what I was meant to say. Nicky retires from the 11th, MK Bourne's retired, and Robo Cheats retired, so we currently got 4 cars retiring. I don't think we'll see any other cars improve, and due to the amount of invalid Wacer has got, this qualifying, I don't think he's going to be able to set a competitive lap. Let's see Wace through the first sector now. 23.1, so I don't think it's too bad from him as he approaches this famous corner where Sebastian Vettel famously made a mistake to let Jensen Button win his race in the McLaren after doing an incredible 6 pit stops. Oh, we got Waze spinning around, hitting the barriers. Front wing damage, unfortunately for him. Dan's car, that looks okay, Dan's car though. Let's go to Stellion. 34,000 down, but now 2/10 up. He's still finding time on his BB. Look at that, Waze goes very deep into the hairpin there. But then again, the wide line could be a bit better in the race, to be honest, due to be able to swing the car background and swing the car background and be able to put the foot down earlier. Now he's getting a better run. See what Stellion can do coming into the World of Champions now. 4th gear through there. It looks nice from Stellion. Oh, bit of twitch though, so it doesn't help. Stellion on the run to the line, backs off, so Stellion is done with qualifying, and Wace is done as well. Wace says a 1:36.5 invalid, which is unfortunate for him. Let's see Dan's car. Dan's car hit the wall there. I wonder if that's a bit of front wing damage for him. I think it might not be. I have the other streams on my phone in the back, and I just want to see how some of my mates are doing. note as well. Race does retire. I just noticed that ILR 4 subs away from 1,400, so if you are new to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button and like to not miss, and hit the notification bell, sorry, to not miss any of the ILR action. Streamed on Tuesdays, Thursdays and Saturdays. Dan's got us at 22.6 and that's his qualifying, I'm pretty sure, over. Yeah, with Jess games doing well, they've got Jess, and that I think is going to be your qualifying done for. Dan's car's on a slow lap. Panos is pushing, but it's a second down. Look at that, yeah, it's too wet for these tyres now. And Panos spinning and loses his wing, proving my point. That's just a bit too wet, unfortunately. Risky Racer still on a lap, and Y Racer on a lap. Let's go to Y Racer first. Y Racer comes down into the Wall of Champions now. Look how wet this track is. Oh, he's gonna spin around. Oh, he hits the barriers. Will he hit it again? No, just about misses it. And Y Racer, he's gonna be starting P4 on the mediums. Let's see what he can. I wonder what's gonna be quicker, the one stop or the two stop. Panos and Dan's car are our last cars to set laps, and Panos comes into the pits. Where's Dan's car starting or finishing his qualifying. So we're just waiting for Panos to retire, then we can get onto the race, which is what you want to see. See who? Yeah, we're waiting for Panos. Alright. There we are. So Panos has retired. So I will bring you through your grid once we get ready. We have Waste complaining that LMAO Codemasters have robbed his qualifying. I do agree profusely, Waste, because that has put you all the way down in 19th place. But let's run you through the grid. So the top 9 are all on dry tyres, with Colours of God taking pole position on the soft, second Ryan Berry on mediums, third Rue Gullet on the mediums, fourth Speed Y Racer on the mediums, fifth LK Kyle on the hards, sixth Philip Hodgson on the softs, J Luke 7th on the softs, 8th Apex Whiteout on the softs, and the last dry runner was Risky Racer. And then we have all inter times from Senna in 10th, Nicky 11th, MK Bourne 12th, Stellion 13th, Panos 14th, Bill 15th, Hennes 16th, Alex 17th, Dan's car 18th, Waste 19th, and Robo G in 20th after crashing out of the Wall of Champions. Looks like quite a dry grid, or quite a dry track so far, so the drivers will be getting underway for the formation lap. I will be back halfway through the formation lap. So I am back from the start of qualifying. I just went to get a drink so I could get everything up. So here are the tyres. So as you said, top 9 still on the same tyres. Then 10th we have Speed 10 on the mediums, 11th Nicky on the mediums, MK Bourne going long in 12th on the hards, 13th Staley on mediums, 14th Panos hards, 15th Bill on the mediums, 16th Henners on the softs, 17th Alex on the mediums, Dan's got 18th on softs, 19th Waste on the softs, and Robo Jeep in 20th on the hard compound tyres. I do apologise to anyone who was waiting for the tyres. I just got a drink for myself, so then if I do need to cough during qualifying or have a drink, that will help me. I'll have a little drink before qualifying, before the race starts, and hopefully there is a good 35 laps ahead of us without hopefully any boring action. Just constant wheel to wheel racing if you like to see. There we go. So put your predictions in the chat now. Top 3 currently are Colours of God, Ryan Berry, Rude Gully. I'm going to go for a top 3 of Senna, Nicky, Colours of God. That's my top 3. I feel like they will manage to ace the one stop. Maybe Colours of God will pick up a few too many time penalties, which is unfortunate for him. That's what I think. But hopefully he can prove me wrong. 35 laps ahead, 300, and let me just double check. 305 kilometers ahead of us. 4.3 a lap. This is the Canadian Grand Prix. I'm ILRT Nickel, and hopefully there is a good race for us tonight. So the lights are on here in Canada. They're not on for the drivers yet. They're not for the drivers yet. It's 3, it's 4, it's 5. It's lights out, and away we go for the start of the Canadian Grand Prix. It's going to start from Colours God on the front row, and then McLaren there of J. Luke has got off to a flyer. He's going to try and go down the inside of his teammate. It looks all clean so far. We've got yellows all, we've got Henner spinning around the back. Rude Gullet trying to go around the outside speed Y racer. Can he get it done? No, he can't. The 2 McLaren side by side. Senna's made up a few positions. Been quite crazy start. Got Apex Whiteout dropping down the back. What has happened to him? Both Alfa Romeos have had a terrible start, and they're both having incidents, unfortunately for them. I think Bill might have had a little bit of her what's the word, tussle with someone as well. But after halfway through that one, he's already got a second lead as Colours of God. Wow, he's just going off into the distance, and if he keeps doing this, we won't see him. Ryan Berry in second's got to do all he can on these medium tyres to stick with Colours of God. That's all I want to see. Got Rover Cheap dropping back and Panos losing positions. One man I want to see is Rude Gullet. Will he be able to get past the ELI racer? Will we see any crashes into the Wall of Champions? It looks all clean so far through there. Colours of God setting the pace at the moment. Going to have to go to championship leader Speed Senna. So he looks for a move on Philip Hogston, but can't get it done. He's got a good gap to play with. So if I was Senna, I wouldn't do anything risky and just place your car in perfect positions to make sure you're able to make up as many positions as possible. Kyle on those hards is struggling way too cold at this stage of the race compared to all these drivers around him. Panos dropping back to 19th. All those hard runners going to keep dropping back at the moment until they start getting up to temperature, but there's a bit of lag there. Philip Hogston Speed Senna. Hogston goes wide, and Senna's going to try and get the switch back now. They're going to be side by side, what I assume is up into the hairpin, with Senna taking the outside line. Mercedes versus Haas. Who will come out on top? Will it be Senna? Will it be Philip Hogston? It looks like Philip Hogston, but we need to still watch the exit this corner. He gets a tap from Stellion just behind the Senna, and Stellion maybe sticking his nose just a bit too aggressively. I don't know really. I have to watch it back once again. But anyway, this is what I have to watch. I have to watch the battle for P8, P7, or P7, P8 and P9. Colours of God 1.6 seconds ahead now. Is now another 6 and a bit tenths quicker than Ryan Berry that last lap. Down the inside goes Stellion. Ooh, a bit of a half-hearted move in my opinion, and Panos has had to pit already off those hard tyres, so his race is ruined unfortunately for him. With any chance going long, it's now down the drain. Someone who's impressed me with pace so far is Y Racer. Y Racer looks like he has a very good chance of challenging Ryan. Ryan's been quite a good driver this season, had a few incidents here and all few instances here and there. I was saying that. Got yellows in sector 2. It's risky racer. What's happened to him? Oh, he's in the barriers. Not what you want to see, unfortunately, for him. Senna dropping a little. And Senna got front wing damage. Stellion gets past Senna, so Stellion is a man on a mission. This could become very messy. Got a Ferrari behind and the Mercedes. We could see 3 wide possibly on this straight, or maybe even on the main straight. Let's see. Stellion's going to go to the outside. He's going to get the move done before the Wall of Champions. And unfortunately for Senna, he's going to have to stick behind Philip for another lap. Oh, Philip Hoxton! Oh, he spins around. Did Senna pick up any damage? What I want to know. Yeah, look at that front left. It's destroyed. That front left end play is absolutely demolished, and Senna will be having to come into the pits at the end of this lap, which is unfortunate for him. Really is struggling. Nicky behind also. Did Nicky get away with it? Fair, I think Nicky did. Nicky got away with no damage. Just unfortunate for him. See what Nicky can do. He's got to possibly get past here. Senna really is struggling for grip here, losing all his time. He needs to be. Stellion is all over the back of Jalen. Now Stellion, or not Jalen, this is Kyle. Stellion is on a charge. He's going to get a better run here. I'm going to have to watch this battle. And look at that, he's going to try to go to the outside, switching late. Maybe prefers the outside line. And they're going to be side by side, the McLaren and the Ferrari. And it's no contest for Stellion. Gets up into P6, right past Kyle on those hards, who seems to be dropping further and further back. Nicky and Senna. Senna stays out despite a very damaged front wing, and expect a big train to form behind him now. We've got a bit of the Senna train. Not forget the Trulli train. It's a Senna train, guys. Look how badly that front left end plate is damaged. That is mental. And if I, to be honest with you, if I got him move, I would launch it down the entire Senna just due to the fact of how big his damage is. But that's Nicky's Nicky. Nicky's not me, unfortunately. So Nicky won't do some of the things I'll do. I won't do some of the things Nicky does. Different mindsets when racing, which is a good and bad thing at sometimes. Because the God's got his lead up to just about 3 seconds, just almost out of penalty range if he was to get 3-second time penalty, and Ryan Berry to have 0. Let's see Nicky now. Nicky can't seem to keep with Senna. Nicky's got to use some more errors and possibly get a better run out of the Wall of Champions, stand any chance of getting past Senna to turn 1. And Senna seems to be going quite well despite that front wing damage. You know what Senna's gaining on Kyle? Despite having massive damage to that front left. How? That's what I want to know. Bill has to pit, unfortunately for him. We've got Alex behind Dan's car. Alex for P12, be looking to get up into the points. Got a few battles. But I think this is the main one we have to watch. And interestingly, Kyle's been gaining them. I have to go back to Nicky, because Nicky's still harassing the rear of that Mercedes car. Risky racer fast lap 112.163. I want to see Senna's last lap. What was Senna's? 13.8, so he's about 1.7 slower at that than the NK Bourne. That's a 3-second time penalty, unfortunately for him. Let's see now. We got yellows in sector 1. I wonder who that is for. It's Apex Whiteout going, so he's had his own incident, and he's got no front wing. Swampy's going from bad to worse, but look at Y Racer gaining on the back of him. Ooh, it seems to be a bit carnage going to ILR8. I wonder how ILR6 is going as well. But here comes Y Racer. I'm just getting reports of that. Let's see. Y Racer getting a better run on Ryan Berry, and Ryan Berry has no response to this. Y Racer is a man on a charge, and he's up into P2 down the inside. Ryan will try to switch back here. I wouldn't be surprised if you just wait for the slipstream and then tuck into it, but then going down the inside. I mean, look at that, very early on the brakes. Try not lock up possibly. Carlos has gone 4 seconds out in the lead. Looks pretty comfortable for him so far. And look at why Racer breaking that slipstream. Ryan not going to be fighting hard though, because look at that, he's not even bothering to take it, tuck into the slipstream. I think I have to go down and look at Stellion down. No, J-Luke Pitts, there we go. Senna stays out again, so Senna's still staying out despite that massive front wing damage. Look at the train we've got from Mercedes, Williams, Mercedes, a Racing Point, a Haas, I think an Alfa Romeo catching in the background, but we could see J-Luke come out in the battle. J-Luke versus Robo G, and J-Luke just comes out of the pits now, so he's miles back. Still impressed how Senna's doing this with this front wing damage. That looks massive on our screen. He's missing like 2 parts of his end plate, which is not what he wouldn't be doing, but Senna's going to still keep soldiering on with a wounded car as he comes down into the tight chicane now. Nicky's got to try burn some Mers if he wants to get past. Look at that, we've got a nice little camera shot of the Rocket Williams there, the official Williams sponsor. And now out of the hairpin, what can Nicky do? Can Nicky have a chance of getting past him? Nicky's ever closer than before, and Senna's going to have to defend the inside. Round the outside goes Nicky, as easy as that. We've got blue flags waving in the background, and Senna tries to stay out. Y-Racer gets a penalty, and Senna does stay out. We've got yellows in sector 2. Is it for Bill? It is for Bill. I think Bill was going a bit slow with a bit of front wing damage, unfortunately, for him. No, it's not Bill. Here it was, but look at that Apex Whiteout battling with his teammate, it seems. Let's go back now to Ryan is still all over their back there and almost hits the wall. Very easy to oversteer there and hit the barrier, just about keeping out is Ryan. See what he can do. He looks a bit quicker now. Wonder how those softs are coping on the rear of their Colours of God car, because they do tend to overheat around here. Ryan Berry is close to never. They sort of possibly juke Y-Racer into a mistake. Y-Racer takes the wider line, will get a better exit, but then we'll see Ryan with DRS and Slipstream try to march his way past in the Racing Point versus Ferrari. Ryan in hot lap, so he'll be able to go around the outside, be a bit naive if Y-Racer tries to hold on to it, and he can't. Ryan gets hold of P2, but let's see what Y-Racer can do. A man on the charge is Stellion, just got past Rudy Galed. Stellion is flying. He's doing an amazing job. Kyle's hard, they're going to be up to temperature now. And look who's on the back of him. Nicky already. Nicky, once past Senna, has absolutely gone off into the distance. What a show this is from Nicky currently, to try and get as many positions as possible. So we approach the end of sector 1 now. That 10 out of 35, another 25 to go. Put in your podium predictions if you still have mine. Where's Senna? Now with Senna, I can't remember if it's Senna, Nicky and Colours of God. Nicky looks on, only one of them looks like this. Nicky did get past Kyle there, nice and easy for him. Got a bit about round the back between Henners and Risky Racer. Henners versus Risky. Henners holds it around the outside, and I think managed to keep holding the move. And look at Risky Racer just behind DRS and Slipstream. Could possibly go to the outside. Colours got 3 second time penalty, not what he wants to be doing now in the lead, and Risky Racer can't get past. They'll be looking to get past into the hairpin now. Side by side to go. Round the outside goes Risky Racer. This be beautiful, you get it done. Better traction, and round the outside he goes. Great move from him. And interestingly, Senna has gone to assess softs. So I wonder if that's just to get rid of the front wing damage, or is there rain on the horizon? I just don't know. Just gotta watch Kyle really. Kyle doing a solid job. And if there is rain on the way, Colours of God is not in a greatest position if you want me to be honest. MK Bourne gets another 3-second time penalty, so that's 6 seconds for him already. Henner's 3-second time penalty, but Kyle on those hard seems to be getting it back his way. He's lapping a second slower than his PB at the moment. Again, that is understandable. But let's watch Kyle now. Kyle out of the hairpin. He's looking to tuck into the situation. Kyle's got 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Another thing that could go against him. We got yellows in sector 3. Who was it? Y-Racer and Stellion battling. Stellion goes around the outside. I assume he was just let through because look how quick. Oh, it was Y-Racer. Y-Racer's got damage. Y-Racer's got front wing damage, unfortunately for him. That's really going to hinder his race now. And then look how close out Colours of God came to Nicky and Kyle. Colours of God's got 8 seconds worth of penalties now compared to Ryan Berry at the front, who I believe has got 0. So this race has really turned on his head. We don't know who could win this. Currently, J-Luke, I know he's made his pit stop, but he's within pretty much, if he was this gap at the end, he'd be pretty much overtaking Colours of God. But look how much of a better run Colours of God has got. Through the chicane. Into the hairpin now. Kyle won't give this up, I assume. And unfortunately we'll have to give way. Let's see. Can Kyle attack Nicky now? He's got 1. If he can possibly get 2. Comes down straight into the wall of champions now. Y-Racer does pit unfortunately due to his front wing damage. Colours of God got a much better run than Nicky there, coming out of the wall of champions. DRS and slipstream. Can he go down the inside? He will go down the inside. Nice and easy move for Colours of God, and he has up into P4. We've got yellows in sector 3 once again. Wonder who it's for. They have moved. Look at Senna now. Ooh, I think Waste might have got a bit of front wing damage or someone. I know it was, but Senna trying to get past. Was this Senna with front wing damage possibly? Now, I did see a bit of debris flying there. Maybe this be something graphical that I've just missed, but could it be MK Bourne? No, he's got waste literally all over the back of him. Yeah, it is MK Bourne. MK Bourne struggling with damage. Y-Racer gets past Dan's car. Waste for a late switchback, and that is bold. He has to cut the corners, MK Bourne. That was a bit bold from Waste, if you want me to be honest. Waste Cooper, known for producing some bold moves he's done in the past in a long ILR era. Let's see what can Senna do now. Battle for P12 and P13. The DRS and the slipstream. Senna's hardly got any hours left. Waste is not going to let this go easily, but Senna's going to try force his way around the outside into the bus, into the World Champions. He won't have to force his way around the outside. Of course, it's a nice and easy move due to the DRS and the slipstream. Nicky is pitted, and Nicky is going onto the hard, so that indicates no rain is going to be coming for this race. Because if it was coming, he would not put those hards on to go to the end. He would have put on another set of tyres to make sure you can get to the rain period. Maybe the rain period's at the end, I don't know. It looks quite overcast at the moment from what I can see in the com box. Ryan Berry has come out on the softs. He's gone for a 2-stop, so he's going to give it everything to try catch Colours of God. And his first victim will have to be J-Luke. J-Luke at the moment, he is catching. J-Luke on different strategy to him. He pitted at the end of lap 8. The J-Luke Stallion gets a time penalty in the lead, unfortunately for him. Let's see what can Ryan Berry do. Coming down the inside into the World Champions. Racing point versus McLaren. Nice and easy, complete different strategies, I'd say. And Ryan Berry through. We've got Ledders pit. I wonder if that's going to be for a set of hards or a set of mediums or softs. Maybe go to a 2-stop like Ryan has. We just don't know. Senna gets a 3-second time penalty. Senna gets the 3-second time penalty down in P10. His race has gone from bad to worse, and look at that. Rugal's going to try to come out round the outside. Rude on the hards. Wouldn't make much sense to fight Senna, who is on the quicker soft tyres. Rude's going to be going to the end. And if he can keep it clean, I think he's going to get quite good points this race, if you want me to be honest. Let's see. Robo Jeep getting past there. Robo Jeep known for going long in his tyres. I think he'll have to do it again. But he's all over the back of Dan's car. And Robo Jeep is looking to maybe come round the outside. He can't. He might try to get a switch back here. Colours of God with another penalty. Another penalty. He don't want to be doing that, because if he keeps getting too many penalties, it's going to cost him. And Colours of God, I did say, does get time penalties, and he's got quite a lot already. Alex gets a penalty for speeding into the pit lane. It's a smart strategy from Ryan, I think, because he's going to try and make up the most he can, pit earlier, and then go on to a set of mediums, go to the end, try gaining Colours got even more. I think he's got a chance, Ryan, if he keeps the penalties low, of winning this race. Do you remember Colours God has that penalty to serve next time he comes into pits? He will be stopping again. If he does go to the end, that'll be a very bold, brave strategy, which I don't think he will be doing, because quite frankly it's too long on those mediums. Got Senna behind Robo Jeep now. Senna's going to try and get a better run here if I can get a decent camera angle. I can't get a camera angle, unfortunately. Robo Jeep dropping back now. Next victim will be Rude Galed. Rude in the Toro Rosso. I'll be looking to get past him. 15 lap old hards for Robo Jeep compared to Rude on 10 or 1 lap old hards. So pretty big tyre age difference. And I don't think Robo Jeep will fight this too hard, because this is in the position he will be fighting for this time at the end of the race. Could do maybe with fresh tyres at the end. We just don't know. Robo Jeep down to P10, unfortunately for him. Stellion comes out in a decent position in P5, currently about 8, 9, 11, 13 seconds off the lead. Decent for him. Got Panos down the back trying to get past. Got no retirement so far. Hopefully I don't jinx it now. Let's see Panos with a bit of a run on Alex here. We try to go down the inside. No, he's a bit too far back to possibly launch one down the inside. Let's see Panos. It's going to be down the inside here, I think. Misjudged the braking, might allow Alex a chance to come back around the outside. Alex has to jam on the brakes there, and I think Panos is just going to keep hold of it. They're going to be side by side into the hairpin now, halfway through this race, and Alex swoops around the outside, and that puts him into P15. Let's go to Waze now, because Waze has gained a lot on Robo G, and also Nicky on the hards has gained quite a bit as well. So these two have got quite a bit to make up here. Let's see Waze. Without turn one, he launches that from a mile back. Bit of contact, and it's allowed Nicky through as well. And Waste does not care. He's got it done. I think it was a decent move, to be fair, from him, so props to him. Bit of contact, but you do see contact in motorsport quite often, so it is what it is. Let's see Waste. He's getting ready to try to catch Rude ahead of him. But to be fair, these tyres are going to be coming to the end of their stint, so I expect to see him in a couple of laps. Does that BWRT driver Waste Kuba in the racing point for ILR? Nicky and the hards still harassing the back of him as they break for the hairpin there. Henners gets a 3-second time penalty and retires. So Henners is our first retirement. Kyle, what's happened to him? Oh, he just got past. So let's go back to the battle here. Nicky gets past Waste nice and easily. We got someone pitting ahead. Didn't see who it was. It was Apex Whiteout. Robo Jeep gets past MK1, and Robo Jeep's just dropping further and further and further down as we go. see, I got to go back to Kyle, because Kyle is one of the only battles within a second of each other. And it's his teammate J-Luke. J-Luke is currently on for a good race at the moment. He can keep going. I think he'll get about P5, maybe a P4 if he keeps time penalties low. Could still see all the time and going his way, but J-Luke hasn't actually had any luck go this way this season. Seems to be going the opposite for him. Collisions with people has hindered him of a good result, unfortunately for him. He did have a possible good race in Bahrain until he did get front wing damage by a bit of a communication error with other drivers. I think the best way to put it in. Kyle does dive down into the pit lane to get off these hards and go onto the medium compound tyres now till what I assume is the end of the Grand Prix. Yep, Waste gets a 5-second penalty for speeding into the pits. That Senna's can be chasing the back of his teammate Dan's car. On the mediums, I assume will pull away at this stage due to how worn his softs are going to be on this Mercedes for Senna. But to be fair, he ain't really pulling away as much as I assumed. So that might be due to the things such as DRS, slipstream, etc. It's just something that helps around here. Such a big power boost. Remember back in the start of the hybrid era, Mercedes cars dominated this Mercedes, but then when I say dominate, I mean most of their most of the cars that use their engines were up there. I'm not saying Mercedes dominated because of Red Bull won, but most of the Mercedes engine powered cars were up there. That was a very Mercedes engine weekend Grand Prix. Lord Senna dives into the pits and almost hits his teammate Dan's car, and all hell would have broke loose there, and Toto Wolff would have been fuming, banging his desk if anything did happen there. Need to watch Stellion now, all over the back of J-Luke. Stellion, he's looking to get past here, see what he can do. Lap 21 out of 35, not long to go now, 14 laps to go. This race is starting to get a go by quicker and quicker. I look at Stellion all over the back of J-Luke, who's looking to possibly get past him here. Stellion's been ruthless with overtakes, so I expect him to fly past again if he can. Here he comes into the hairpin. We try to pressure J-Luke into a bit of a mistake here. Lap 21 out of 35, starting lap 22, I assume for Carlos Squad any minute now. And then the inside goes Stellion, and that was why I assume been easy P3 for him. Who else is in the battle? Got Waste battling here with Alex for 14th place. Let's see what he can do. J-Luke comes out in the points, which is good for him. Behind his teammate though, interestingly. So Kyle, by sticking out on those hards and then performing the undercut, has managed to get past his teammate. J-Luke's dropped back down all the way to P10 with Robo Jeep just behind him, looking to possibly get a move done in the Red Bull. Let's see Robo Jeep. Let's go on the broadcast cam, see how he fares around this track. He's got Senna behind, catching rapidly. So expect Senna to possibly try get past with a few laps. Senna's got to try and make up as much ground as he can to get every sort of point he needs to be in. It was a disastrous race for him and his teammate, doing the much better job, I'd say, up in P5. I imagine Dan's car has to pit again like his teammate, so expect him to come down to about P12. I do apologise once again, it has been quite a long day. Robo Jeep versus Senna. Senna flies past into P11, what he wanted to do, and it's looking good for Carlos Gordon in the lead. Remember, he has his time penalty, so just don't know. Let's watch the battle for P5 between Nicky, Ruud Gullet and Ryan Berry. Ruud Gullet just picked up a 3-second time penalty. As soon as I went to him, which is not what he is going to be wanting. Coming out of the chicane now. We've got to be looking to us to get a bit too far back. I reckon Ryan Berry though has got the best chance of getting past any of these drivers due to his fresh rubber on the car, with Kyle and J-Luke behind, not too far back. Easy can make up if these two start going into a bit of a battle with each other. Hopefully we do, because then we might see a bit more action than what we've already had, which is perfect. But Ryan Berry flies past Rigolled. Rigolled is going to try fight back. I think he is. Side by side into the Wall of Champions. This can be very costly. Ryan Berry holds on, and Ryan Berry gets down the inside up into P6, and his next person to go after will be the Williams of Nicky. Kyle's got doing a solid job up in the lead, but remember he's got his 5-second penalty to serve, so this might result in him coming out behind Y-Race, so don't know yet. Has Y-Race got front wing damage still? No, he repaired the front wing, so it's good for him. We got yellows in sector 3. It's Risky Racer. Unfortunate for him. What's happened to the Renault? MK Bourne down in 16th, getting passed by Panos. Oh, this is Bill, sorry. Watch it, Bill on 15th, getting passed by Panos, and this the last week's race on MK Bourne down in 16th place. What a terrible weekend it's been for him in Montreal. He'll be looking to get out of here as quick as possible. Let's go to Ryan Berry now, up in 6th. Got Williams or Mercedes just ahead of Dan's car, so Dan's car has dropped off the pace a little. And let's see what Ryan can do. Ryan to the World Champs, can't find a way past, but with this fresh rubber he's going to be miles quicker than any of these drivers. Let's see what Ryan can do. Nicky hasn't got DRS, Ryan does, but Ryan has no words compared to Nicky, who has basically no words as well. It's hard to manage your eyes. Got to try and manage it as slow points, slow corners with heavy braking, so you can recharge as much as possible. Waze picks up a time penalty once again. And look at that, the Mercedes hits the wall, I think. Nicky might have as well. But Nicky's going to try and go down the inside. No. Ryan Berry's going to be licking his lips, enjoying this. Hoping those two come together and he just sails through. Past both and up to P4. Both got DRS as Nicky and Ryan Berry. Dan's car could lose 2 positions here, and he does. He has no chance for that sort of power, what he's got to contest with, because that is ridiculous. DRS system, how much speed that gained him was absolutely mental. I wonder if Colours of God will stay out, or will he pit? I think he will pit for a set of softs towards the end of this Grand Prix. Now I've got to watch Ryan, who's going to be looking to get past the back of Nicky, and Nicky then try to defend a very enthusiastic defender, as you say, and Ryan Berry gets past into P4 and off on the charge for the podium. He goes to see what he can do. Hopefully he can get onto the podium and do a good job for this race. A 2-slot piece, make him work to a treat, I'd say, at the moment. Steady and doing a solid job in P2. We'll come out at what I assume is the race leads due to Colours got time penalties, so it's unfortunate for him. See, as he comes through the chicane now, got nice confidence in that Ferrari. It's always nice having a bit of trust in your car so you can push it around these corners, and that's what it seems like Elian has at the moment. Nice control and trust in his car to try and gain as much time as he can. That 26 out of 35 now. We're nearing the end of this ILR7 Grand Prix. And let's see what could happen. Stellian into the Wall of Champs now. And where's Colours of God? Colours of God just gone on board him. Anyways, this really is going to start costing him if he's not careful. So I race a pit, so he gets a penalty for speeding into the pit lane. Got a bit of front wing damage up ahead there. Just unfortunate, not what you want to be seeing. But here comes MK Bull and down in 15th place. Looking to possibly get up a bit further if he can. This is a bit too far back to possibly go down the inside into this corner. Pound 3-second time penalty. It's unfortunate for him. MK Bourne with a late dive down the inside. Look, maybe a bit of an early break from Panos there. And MK Bourne will hold it round the outside through turn 2 and into turn 3. Side by side. Oh, Panos just about keeps out the barrier. It was inevitable bit of contact there. If you're going to try to go there full speed, you're going to ask for a bit of contact. Wonder how Colours of God's doing. Stays out yet another lap. Those tyres got to be dying now. Unless he's trying to extend it to the end just due to the fact he's got too many penalties. It's really doesn't help him. He's got to try something different if he wants to keep this race winning, so I can see steady and winning this. Really can see steady and doing business. Look at Nicky. Nicky on the hard is not going to get his battle up with Ryan Perry. Ryan on the mediums, his tyres will die quite soon, so Nicky will be on an urge to try and get past. Okay, Bourne 3-second time penalty. Got Rugaled letting past Kyle, which I think makes sense because he needs to keep it as clean as possible to get the best points he can. Watch Nicky actually. Bill gets a time penalty down in 18th place. Had one retirement so far, and that unfortunately was Henner's 03. Henner seems to be having a bit of a reputation for DNFing now. Maybe looking to put that to mend next time out in Austria, but this is the Canadian Grand Prix we have to focus on. We have to focus on this. Can't get past. I think I'm going to have to watch Senna versus Rugaled. Senna's going to be much, oh god, Senna's going to be much quicker than him as they come into that wall of champions now. And it looked like Rugaled might have run a bit wide. Just going to allow Senna to get a bit of a slipstream, and DRS a bit of extra fuel to go down the inside. Close to make contact, and Senna gets up into P6. Nice move there. See how Dan's car's doing on those soft tyres. Dan's car just behind. Waste will be looking to hold on for this 1 point. This one little point which we really hoping to keep hold of. Every point matters for Waste. Whatever he can get, he will take. Dan's car gets a time penalty. On these softs, got much better grip. Everyone can go down the inside. He can't. How's Senna doing? Still there. Nicky's still there. Yep. Ryan needs to start getting a move on a little, because if he don't, then he won't be able to fend off Nicky. I feel Nicky will have to better tyres towards the end. Dan's gonna get fast race. As here comes Nicky now. The DRS slipstream. Also trying to go down the inside. Bit too far back. Of course they know what time penalty is like. We have the option to check, but I won't check just yet. We've got Y-Racer getting past J-Luke. J-Luke down into P9. And Dan's car will be trying to give all he can to catch up. And to be honest with you, ooh, Waste has dropped back another position now. It's Colours of God trying to stretch G's all the way to the end. He has to be bold if he will. Senna 3-second time penalty for him. He's got to. He's got 9 seconds worth of penalties. If he gets any other penalties, his race win is under threat here. I think he can't afford to go slow, but he can afford to save his tyres just a little. He can't go slow for too long. Panos fastest at 1:11.2. Just behind in the screens, you can see down in 18th place. Apex Whiteout, let's go to him. Apex Whiteout, respect to him. 19th place, 59 seconds off 18th. It's been a terrible race for him. Respect for him to keep going despite all these challenging. Just like Timo Ofe has been so far behind the pack. It's not what you want to be feeling as a driver. Wires against past Rugaled really is being 8 alive now. But here comes Kyle and Senna. Kyle is looking to get past. Kyle with the 1 lap older tyres compared to Senna, but he still seems to be finding more pace than him. Maybe that's just due, as I said, most of the time to that strong slipstream. And DR's got a train going from 5th all the way to about 9th, I'd say. As you go all the way down to J-Luke, you'll be able to see Going through the trees now, cars just there ahead of each other. Ruga just dropped out of the DRS. I think I need to watch this because Kyle is so much quicker than Senna now due to the DRS and slipstream. Panos 3-second time penalty, unfortunate for him. This race is coming slowly to the end now. At 32 out of 35, not long to go. Colours have gone leading by 17 seconds. Got yellows in sector 1, and is that who I think it is? It's not. It's Apex Whiteout. He's gone off down the escape road, and I think his race is over. Imagine what it caused if it brings out a safety car. Wow. Kyle can't get past. Now go back up to Nicky. Nicky can't get through, so I'm gonna have to watch Kyle. Kyle now be looking to get past down the inside. No, he can't. Just a bit too far back. Look at that, Kyle drifting a little out there, and Y-Racer has got a better run. Although Kyle will be looking to attack, he might have to do a little bit of defending as well. They go around the outside, better tyres down the inside. Got to leave space. And can Y-Race get through down the inside? He can. Good move from Y-Race up into P6. So Kyle's attack has gone from attack to defence and has lost their position due to that. It's unfortunate for him. Got J. Luke getting past Ruka led down the inside to the left, and Bree takes the wider approach to try to get a better run out, but he can't. Got a bit battle up for the podium actually. Ryan Berry and Panos is out. Ryan Berry getting past by Nicky. Just trying to calculate the penalties here. Carlos Agola's got 9 seconds plus that 14 seconds, so really Stelling's got to gain another 2.7. Got Y-Race and Senna battling away now. The 2 speed guys. Ryan Berry 3-second time penalty. 2 speed guys going at it around the outside. Ooh, can you get it done? Look at that, Panos binned it there. That's quite a weird place to bin it. Look at that camera shot we had there. What a nice camera shot that was. Let's see. Ruga led 3-second time penalty. Look at Y-Racer going for a switchback. That is late, and I think he's gonna, instead of gaining position, he's gonna possibly lose a position. Did he get any front wing damage from that? I can't tell. I don't think he did. No, he's still got his front wing intact, and he's possibly going to try get past here. Kyle too far back. No, he'll be waiting for turn 1, I assume. Senna's had a good recovery drive, especially with that front wing damage. But I think the Y-Racer is going to come down the inside to turn 1. He is, but he just can't get it done. And Stellion is gaining. If Colours of God gets another time penalty, really could go up there. I think Colours God's got this safe though. Waiting another time. I think that's the 4th time I've seen him pop up today. It's unfortunate for him. Y-Race is still stuck behind now, so. And with not long to go, we're approaching the last lap in a minute, and Senna is having to defend off his speed teammate Y-Racer. Not to shock the teammates, but their eSport team teammates. I'll be looking to possibly battle here to see who come out ahead. Round the outside goes Y-Racer here. Let's see. Nice and easy. Senna has no chance against that. And Kyle will be looking to possibly get a better run. You can possibly go down the inside. Be a bit bold and brave if you try that there. Let's go to our race leader, Colours of God, who is halfway through the last lap now. 23 laps on a set of mediums. Those tyres must be dead. The only thing that could stop him now is a puncture. The only thing he can stop him now is a puncture. It looks all good for Colours of God at the moment. Doing a little weave. If he bins it now, it'll be quite a historic thing to remember. Through the World Champs he goes. He navigates that nicely. So Colours of God down the straight, takes the race victory here in ILR7 Canada. What a drive from him to nurse those tyres all the way to the end. Second will be Stellion. Great drive from Stellion. He'll be happy with that. He picks up a time penalty through the final corner. And could that be costly? No, it's not. Nicky comes home for P3 just about. Ryan Berry P4. It's going to be in P2 for Nicky there. P5 will be Speed Y Racer. Oh, J-Luke goes up to 6th. Good result for McLaren. Ruga led 9th. Dan's car will look for 10th. Risky Racer 11th. MK Pawn will be 12th. 13th will be Waste. 14th will be Robo G. Oh, Alex is spinning off at the final chicane. Robo G moves up to 12th. A good result for him. Philip 15th or 14th. Wade 15th. Bill 16th. And Bill dropped 17th with Alex taking 16th place. That has been quite a long ILR7 Grand Prix, I feel like. Maybe it's just the fact I've been quite tired, busy day, but it is what it is. Great drive from them there. Let's get the race results up. I'm going to try to take a screenshot of these. Hold up. So Kyle's God takes the victory. Stellion 2nd, Nicky 3rd, Ryan Berry 4th, Kyle 5th, J-Luke 6th, Senna 7th, Y Racer 8th, 9th is Rue Garled, and 10th is Dan's car, 11th Risky Racer, 12th Robo G, 13th. th Philip Hodgson, sorry about that, but Mike fell out. 15th Waste, 16th Alex, 17th Bill, 18th White Iron. We've got 2 DNS, Panos and Henners 03. So I have been ILRT Lickle F1. Thank you for watching everyone, and good night.